From a personal point of view, it's safe to say that this was the most difficult case that I've ever covered. I have unfortunately stumbled upon some of the most dreadful cases to come before our courts over the past few years. But the Ana Kriegel case was particularly difficult for all those involved for lots of reasons. It's easy to see why. Her age, just 14 years of age, her life taken so needlessly and so violently in May of last year. The ages of the two accused boys, just 13 years of age, 15 at the time that they were sentenced, the circumstances surrounding it. But what was really poignant about the case, and what really set it apart from other cases that I've covered down through the years, is that more often than not, when you're covering a case, the life of the victim is almost entirely focused on the events leading up to that person's death, how they died and who was responsible. And that makes sense, because when the jury goes out to deliberate at some stage, they are told to just look at those events and look at the evidence coldly and clinically, and to leave emotion at the door. So it's very rare that you get a glimpse into a victim's life. That wasn't the case in this trial. Geraldine Kriegel, in her victim impact statement, said that they could never have anticipated the evil that lay waiting for Ana Kriegel. But in her direct evidence, she gave us an insight into the type of person that Ana was. She told us an awful lot about the life, albeit short life, that she led, her love of music, of dancing, of singing. She remembered fondly, and she actually cracked a smile, and God knows there weren't many opportunities during that trial for anyone to crack a smile, but Geraldine did, and she was entitled to it, as she recalled, vividly recalled, Ana practicing her dance moves on the landing of their home in Leixip. And I thought that was a really beautiful moment that she shared with the court. Her victim impact statement then, a week before the boys' sentencing, she delivered that herself from the witness box. It was one of the most powerful and emotional and emphatic victim impact statements that I think I have ever heard before the Central Criminal Court, because she outlined in great detail about how they have been affected by her loss. They have been utterly devastated. My thoughts go to the Kriegels. I don't know how they went through the trial process. Their nightmare didn't begin at the beginning of this trial. Their nightmare began when Geraldine Kriegel returned home from work to discover that Ana had left their house with boy B on the evening of May 14th. Ana Kriegel came across as a really loving child, a beautiful child. You look at the photographs strewn across all the newspapers, her big, beautiful smile, her eyes dancing in every photograph. She loved life. She seemed like a wonderful child. She was given a wonderful home by Patrick and Geraldine, and I think you would want to have a heart of stone not to be affected by what happened. And that was something that Mr. Justice Paul McDermott also mentioned when he said that every person right across the country has been affected by what happened to Ana Kriegel.